Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Thank you so much for being here today. Now, 60andMe is a community for women over 60 who are aging beautifully, doing their very best to make the most out of this incredible time in their lives, and have a passion or interest for skincare, makeup, beauty products, and I do reviews and tutorials on things I think are going to be of interest to women over 60. Now, I'm 72, so I've got all the same challenges that you do with wrinkles and age spots and just changing skin. And choose things that I think that are affordable. I cover drugstore products primarily, but also occasionally some higher end products that, that I think are good to consider. Now, 60andMe is a website that has all kinds of different topics, by the way. Lifestyle, we do everything from financial security to age and nutrition and well-being to downsizing, relationships, family, and this makeup and beauty component of our story is really just something that I have a passion for myself. And a lot of women in our community tell me that especially during this pandemic, makeup has been a way to center ourselves, to kind of, just find, just to find beauty and, just distraction in a very complicated time. Admittedly, we wear masks, so we can't really do much with makeup that's going to last, but I like to put it on and try different colors, different techniques, and I'm going to share with you today some of the products that I'm looking at here in March, and it's an assortment. It's an assortment of some palettes, face palettes that I've discovered that I really like. There's three of them. And also some tips and tricks with a couple of products like this e.l.f. Putty Primer and a few other foundation products that I just think are interesting for older women to consider. So I've done my makeup today and I've used a combination of all the things that I've got here. So I want to go with you, get ready with me in a way, just to chat about what I've used and why, and what you might want to consider, and some options. And all these products I purchased myself, so there's no affiliates, any kind of sponsorship here. It's just me talking to you about makeup and skincare that I love, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration from it. Now, my skin, as I said, is 72-year-old skin. It's very dry. I've got age spots, and I also have challenges with my eyes, and I think everyone does as they get older. I've got a lot of wrinkles and sort of loose skin, and actually recently I've also had a bit of challenge with my eyes. It's very dry below, and I've tried lots of different creams, and I think it's just something that my skin is going through at the moment. Probably partly the dry air is, it's in the middle of winter, and so I think there's a dryness. But anyway, let's get on with some makeup. Now, first of all, I put primer on in the form of a facial oil. I use a facial oil called Growing Younger Gracefully. I'll leave the link below for you to have a look at it, but it's a very beautiful hydrating serum, and that's what I use for my primer. I do often use the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but I did not use that today. I just wanted a bit of a glow, and I wanted to use something that I'm familiar with, so that when I'm playing with these palettes I'm going to share with you, that I knew kind of how the outcome would be based on products I've used all the time. So just the serum, and the foundation I used is not a surprise to anybody. It's my very favorite in the world. It's called Wonderlight. It's by Radiant Professional Cosmetics. I purchased this product in Greece years ago. They do ship internationally, and they have a whole range of other products. In fact, one of the palettes I'm going to share with you is a Radiant Professional Cosmetics product. So anyway, I applied this one. It's in the color 03 Natural Beige. And it's a glowing foundation. It works really well for my dry skin, and so that's my foundation. Now, in terms of my eyes, I want to cover that before I do the palettes, because this is important for older skin. I don't use concealer much anymore, but I did succumb to the hype about the Becca under eye products. Now, as you may have read in the news, or if you follow makeup, Becca, the company, is owned by Estee Lauder, but they've actually decided to shut down. So starting in September 21, they're not going to be available. So I thought, well, I'll grab these products and take a look at them and see what they're like, whether they're ones I can use. This one is kind of a cult product. It's the under eye primer. Yes, blue. And it's creamy, it's invisible, it's super light on the eyes. So I use that first. And as I said, I'll leave all these details below. This one has, as I said, got cult status. People love it. And I did like it myself because it gave my eyes a primer. I've got very little under my eyes today. I thought I'd just leave it I'm not trying to hide anything. The wrinkles are smile lines. I've accumulated them over the years. So I'm not going to worry about them. As I've always said, I'd rather have lots and lots of smiles and lots of fine lines under my eyes than no smiles. So that's going to be my mantra for my life and for today. So that's the Becca Under Eye primer. And then I picked up the Becca Under Eye. I need my magnifying glass in order to read these teeny, teeny print. It's the Under Eye Brightening Corrector. And again, this is a product that a lot of people absolutely love. It's in a pot. It looks like a concealer, and it actually feels like a concealer. It's super light and glowy, but it's actually not a concealer at all. It's just an under eye brightening corrector, and that's what I've used today. I've just put that on under my eye, and you can probably see the little wrinkles and the folds here under my eyes, but I decided I'm just going to do this video. You know, no one's perfect, and I'm not going to worry about it, but I did use that today under my eyes. And those two products were each about $25, $30 each. So that's an expensive investment, but I thought it was worth it. And given the experience I've had, happy I did it. Okay, so eyebrows. Well, of course, my eyebrows are a challenge because like yours, probably they're beginning to get gray, they're fading, they're disappearing. And I used today something I discovered a few weeks ago, and I've actually really grown to love it. I used to use, well, I still do Maybelline, the Tattoo Brow, but this is it's called just the what is it called? Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It has a pencil at one end, and it's not like those kind of edgy ones. It's actually rounded, and then there's a spoolie on the other side. So I use that for my eyebrows. It works really, really well. This is in the color taupe. And then on top of that, I discovered CoverGirl. It's an eyebrow gel. It kind of gives a bit of shape to the brows. It's clear, and I use that on top just to give, after you use the pencil, it kind of presses your brows down. So this lifts them up a little bit and separates the brow hairs. So it looks like they're more natural. So CoverGirl Lash Gel, I love that. Okay, mascara. I've got so many that I'm trying right now, but I've totally narrowed it down. I've got a mascara by Radiant, which I love. It's a big, big brush, and I love that for a big look, a voluminous look. And I've got the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, which I adore. I haven't got it here with me, but I love that product. Wear that every day. But I do love, at first I wasn't sure I would love this product because it got so much hype. It's the Sky High product by Maybelline. I love the color. I love the packaging. I'm always a sucker for packaging, which it helps you to kind of know what the style of it's going to be by the color and the shape. But this is a very unusual wand. If I can show it to you, and then I can actually wipe my finger. It's super, super flexible. Can you see that? Okay, make sure my finger is not now got black ink on it. But this one is a tiny brush, and if you do it quite gently, like I don't go crazy with, like this, I just gently lift up, going down under the lash and bringing it up. I love this mascara. Can you see how it's one coat? I decided not to go crazy with mascara, and it's just got a really lovely, I didn't do any separating. It naturally separated the eyes, so it doesn't, our lashes, it doesn't give like a super voluminous look like the L'Oreal perhaps, or the Radiant, but I like it for every day. I really do love that. The Skyline, it's called Sky High by Maybelline. They've got some great drugstore products, Maybelline. You could just buy all Maybelline products, in my opinion, and have a fantastic look. So I'm going to show you the palettes now because I've got one. Actually, I have got four. I've got 4 palettes to show you, and the one I applied first on my skin today was I wanted to do bronzer first, and this Radiant Cosmetics, Radiant Professional Cosmetics palette is the most comprehensive and the largest that I've got. This one cost about $25. It was on sale on their website, so you might want to check it out. 2 reasons I loved it. One, I wanted to try everything. It's got, 10 eyeshadows, 3 blushes, 2 highlighters, and a bronzer. And this bronzer is the closest to my Charlotte Tilbury and to the Flower Beauty bronzer that I've mentioned to you several times. It's kind of got like a grayish color to it. It's gray ash color, not warm, as warm. It's actually very, very, if I can show you this on my finger. See, it's got a nice dark color, but it doesn't go on dark. So I just applied a little bit under my cheeks and under my my chin. That I really loved. And then I applied this blush, the pink, on my cheeks. And I really, really loved it. It was just the perfect pink. It wasn't so like rosy pink, but you can mix them together or you can choose. So I chose that. And then I put a little bit of this highlighter. I was experimenting. There's a golden and then a more pinky. And I kind of played with the highlighter a little bit, but then this is not what you're seeing because I applied something else on top. But this is a cool palette. I loved it. I played with it. I played with some of the eyeshadows in other times, but in fact, I started the look today with this color here, which is a very neutral kind of. I just put all over my lid just to start. Always do that, not up above too high, but just on my lid. So I use that shadow. Then I thought, oh well, I'll just try some of the others and see what's there too. So I picked up the one by Milani. Now Milani, this is fairly a new product. It's been out a few months, I think, or maybe less. It has a beautiful combination of blush and highlighter, bronzer, and 3 eyeshadows. Okay, so I did not use this blush, but it's very similar to the Radiant, and I did not use these highlighters, but I did use this beautiful pink eyeshadow. I'm going to just put this on my finger here to show it to you. Can you see? It's such a beautiful, beautiful color, and I put that just over the lid on my eyes. So I did a combination, but this for me, I just loved it. It's not glittery. It's not too shiny. It's just perfect. So that's the Milani, and it's called Milani. Does it have a name? All-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette. Palette tout compris, eyes and cheeks and bronzer. Milani is an awesome company, and I actually bought this from Milani's website because I couldn't find it anywhere else. Emily Noel did the demonstration of this, another blogger, and I loved it. So I thought, yes, and I'm a big fan of face palettes. I like just having one place where I can go for everything. If you don't want to pay quite as much as these, I think the Milani was about $15. But there's another option which Emily actually also talks about, which is, and also other bloggers. It's the California. I'm trying to open it here. The California in a box. I'll just open it, I think, for you. And this is a more peachy color. This bronzer, in fact, there's 2 bronzers. This one is more suited to me. This is more too warm and yellow. Beautiful 2 blushes and a highlighter. This is a very, very cool palette. If you can find it, it's been around. It was a limited edition, but I found it online in a couple of places, so I think you can still get it. And it's called California in a Box. And I didn't use any of that on my face today, but it's a really nice, affordable option by Catrice. Catrice does some amazing products as well, so I would recommend if you want something. Now, if you want something really unusual, this is a truly unusual and beautifully unique palette. I discovered it, how did I discover this? It was just recommended by somebody who loved the woman who had, let me think, it was Speed Beauty, and I've forgotten her name, but she's another blogger, and she recommended this palette. It's called the Full Face Edit, and it's by a woman called Aimee Connolly. She's one of the best-known makeup artists in Ireland, and she has a product line called Sculpted by Aimee. And I ordered this because, well, I love this. Can you see? I don't know if I'm getting it in the light here. I'm getting all kinds of reflection, but it's in a, if I can just do this. Oh my gosh, this is harder to show than I thought. It's a beautiful golden container. And when you open it up, it's got an incredible mirror, this size down here. Don't want to get it in your eyes, but this is the palette. Isn't that a beautiful way of putting makeup together? So it's got a bronzer. Oh, wait a second, let me get this right. It's got a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, 2 eyeshadows, and a cream lipstick / cheek blush. So you can use this blush or you can use the cream. Now, when I ordered this, there were 4 different options, and only this one and a new one called Radiance, which is a couple more cream products. You can check out the website. It's what is it called? Sculptedbyaimee.com. I've actually got it in front of me here because I was looking at the different colors, and they have a different range of colors. To be honest with you, these colors were not really my colors. They're too warm. I like a cooler set of colors, and this lipstick, if I can just show it to, or lipstick cheek, on the a picture, they showed it as a very light peach, but you have to look at photography on websites and just with a grain of salt. You have to be careful, because this looked to me like it's going to be much peachier, and when I applied it on my face, it was orange. You can see how dark that is. So, well, in my opinion, now this may be perfect for you. I mean, it's a pretty color and you may really love it, but for example, the eye color in this palette is just gorgeous. I'm going to put that on my, but again, even though it looks very brown in the palette, it's very golden. So for me, the colors in this palette weren't absolutely right, but I absolutely adore it. For travel, can you imagine just popping this in your carry-on bag? It's got everything you need, except for mascara, of course. But I wanted to mention this Aimee, Sculpted by Aimee, because it's a quality product, $35. You can buy it, it's from Ireland, but they ship worldwide. And I just wanted to mention it. And when I contacted them about the fact the colors didn't seem right on the pictures, they were very kind, offered to replace it. But I said, no, it's nice. I'll keep these. I will use them, I'm certain. But anyway, I'm gonna get tissue. It was just not the right colors. They do a pinky one, which I think I'm going to order because it looked a bit more like my colors. But those 4 palettes, the Milani, the Radiant, the California Glow by Catrice, and the one by Aimee, Sculpted by Aimee. Those are 4 new palettes I've discovered, and I really, really like them. What else do I want to share with you that I used? Oh, I know, I didn't mention this, but I must do it again because, honestly, I've never found anything like it. It's by Mario. It's the Eye Prep and Set. It is so used, I'm so embarrassed to even show it to you, but it's got 2 concealers and a powder. And actually, to be honest with you, I did pop a little powder, if I can find my little tiny brush here. I did pop a tiny bit of this powder under my eyes, just low, not under right under, but it gives a really nice, if you've got challenges with creasing in your eyes, you can use a tiny bit of that powder. I just ordered a second one of these because I don't want to be without it. It's just, I take it everywhere. I use it all the time. I love it. 2 more things I did that I want to share with you, and then I'll do lips because I've got a lip treasure to share with you, is for my lips. I have challenges like a lot of you do with your lips starting to crease and the lipstick's sneaking away. And I decided I would try something a person recommended online, which is to use the e.l.f. Putty Primer. One second. Excuse me. And put it right around the lips, the primer. And then apply your eyeliner and your lipstick. And it does hold it together. This is a great primer obviously for your face, but it works for your lips as well. And finally, oh yes, one more thing I did, it's not quite finally, is I put a bit of powder on afterwards. And even though it's not necessarily meant to be a finishing powder, I picked up the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-hour foundation powder. It's getting a lot of press, a lot of coverage. It's sold out everywhere as a foundation powder, but it's just on its own, like not as a finishing powder. But I used my super big Isadora brush, and I just grabbed a little bit of this and I put it on I didn't rub it or anything. I just gently pressed it down over my blush to give it a little bit of a setting. And I use this powder now all the time for that purpose. I love it. It's just such a very nice powder. And of course you can use it with a buffing brush as a foundation. I use it just as a finishing touch. And then finally, I was hesitant to show you this because the company I bought it from, I was just checking some notes online, and it may not be the company for you. I've been experimenting with products coming from Europe. I live in Switzerland, so I know that there's a lot going on in Eastern Europe. And I've ordered some eyeshadows, which one thing I'm going to do the next video on, Turquoise Eyes. This amazing eyeshadow that I bought from a company called, is it Bernstein or Bergenstein? I'll have to look it up. It's amazing. It's from Belarus. And anyway, I found this company in Poland, and it's called ladymakeup.com. ladymakeup.com. I've ordered 3 times from them. Each order was under $10. That's how inexpensive they are. And I've got my products within less than a week, no problems. When I looked online, because I wanted to know more about this company, I didn't know who ladymakeup.com was. I found a lot of people, both on Facebook and other places, were saying they weren't getting their goods and that they weren't happy. Now, it could be because they weren't in Europe. So I don't recommend, if you have any hesitation, just take it easy with this company. But the products are so affordable that I just wanted to mention it, because this is the lipstick I'm wearing today. This is, it's like a Polish drugstore. They've got like every brand, including, the Maybellines and L'Oreal and NYX. They sell everything. But they sell product lines specifically for Europe. And this lipstick is by Eveline. Now, you can buy this lipstick from Eveline's website too, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure they ship to the US, as does Lady Makeup. But I fell in love with this makeup. All I know is it's $4.88. It's an Eveline product. It's in their makeup line, which is, I think it's called Satin Matte. I'll just show you the color, because it glides on so easily too. Can you see that color? I just love it. It's, for me, and we all have our favorite lipsticks, and this one for me, I just loved it. I'll put a little bit more on. I just think it's the most pretty, for me, rosy, peony, pinky colored lipstick. So that's the one I've got on today. And if you go to the Lady Makeup website, you'll see all kinds of brands. There's another brand I used, I think it was Pierre Raoul, and this lipstick was $2. And I've worn this alongside my Estee Lauder, alongside my, let's see, Bobbi Brown. I've tried it with lip gloss, no lip gloss. It's great. So it just goes to show, though, that if you hunt around your drugstore, and if you're in the States, you'll find a lot of options. You've got so much choice. I'm jealous. But, just try the things, try the products. And maybe that's a question to ask you as I end is, have you discovered any little treasures like this from very little known brands that you'd like to suggest to people? And I'm not recommending that you all go out and buy everything. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you like the look. I kind of wanted to make sure that you saw these palettes and saw the versatility that you can get from them. As I mentioned, they're all available all over the place. So good luck with your choices. And let us know what you found, what treasures you found that you'd like to share. Okay, everybody, have a really amazing day. Make it special. Shine out there in the world. Show women that women over 60, 70 are here. We're visible. We're enjoying life, and that we're resilient and strong. So take care, everybody, and enjoy your day. We'll talk again very, very soon. Bye-bye. Love you all.